In this video we're gonna show you how to run a test with the HT-5000P AC-DC 200 milliamps TD. Here is the main screen. At the bottom you have 4 buttons. The first one is main, which will send you to this screen. The second one is test settings. We go into test settings so we can add all the values that we need. In this case, there's 4 steps available. So we're gonna use all 4 steps for demonstration purposes. We're going to configure the first step, or the first test. Step 1 time, we're gonna have 5 seconds for the step 1. Voltage, we're gonna set it up for 1000 volts. Leakage, we're gonna leave it at 10 milliamps. For the step 2, we're gonna set it up for 6 seconds. 2000 volts. And 12 milliamps. If we press next at the top right, we go to the next screen and we can set up the remaining steps. We're gonna leave it at 2 seconds for step 3. We're gonna put 3000 volts. And the leakage is gonna be 50 milliamps. 15 milliamps. There you go, 50. That's right. Step 4, we're gonna have, let's say 20 seconds. And 5000 volts. And 100 milliamps for leakage. Okay, if we go to the next screen, then you can select between AC and DC. We're gonna leave this test at AC. The next switches are to defeat the time and to defeat the breakdown detect. So we're gonna leave it off, which is a normal operation. That means it's going to detect breakdown if occurs, and it's gonna respond to the time that we set it up. So if we go back to the main screen, you can see on the right we have ready in green. That means we can test. There's an indication in green also that we have AC selected, and time defeat and breakdown defeat are off. That's why those are in red. So we're gonna proceed and press test. Screen is gonna come up in red to indicate high voltage is present. There's the second step, third step. And the last step is 5000 volts. For 20 seconds. When the test is finalized, it shows the maximum voltage of each step, the time that it ran for each test, and the maximum milliamps on each test. In this case, there was no load connected to the output. We can reset now, and that's going to take us to the main screen. It's important to know the steps can only be configured in an incremental mode, which means we cannot set 5,000 volts in step 1 and then a lower voltage in step 2. It has to be always incremental. The screen is not going to allow you to do that. If you try to do it, it's going to force the next step to higher voltage.